The Arizona housing market crash 2025 is shaking the desert dream. Once booming with retirees and investors, several communities now rank among the top 10 Arizona cities' housing collapse hotspots. Soaring Arizona home price gains have reversed, with drops of 15 to 25% signaling an Arizona real estate bubble burst 2025. Inventories are exploding, insurance costs topping $7,000, and foreclosures rising fast. The Phoenix housing crash 2025 highlights the growing risks in the Arizona housing market, now considered among the worst places to buy a home in Arizona, 2025. Analysts warn this isn't a slowdown but a bursting housing bubble, echoing the wider American housing market. For the latest housing market predictions and every housing market update, watch Arizona closely. Nest abroad. Number 1. Phoenix. Phoenix, Arizona's crown jewel and the fifth largest city in America, is now the epicenter of the Arizona housing market crash 2025. With 1.6 million residents, the city was once among the hottest real estate markets in the nation. During the pandemic boom, the median Arizona home price soared to $470,000 in 2022. By mid-2025, that number has cratered to $385,000. An 18% drop representing tens of billions in lost equity across the metro. Housing inventory has surged 55% year over year, overwhelming the market. Nearly half of all listings now carry major reductions, with sellers slashing $50,000 to $100,000. Homes that once sparked bidding wars now sit unsold for 85-plus days, while builders are drowning in excess supply and cutting record discounts. The affordability crisis is crushing. Homeowners' insurance premiums, just $3,200 in 2020, now exceed $8,200 due to wildfire, storm, and flood risk. Property taxes average $3,500, compounding the burden. With household incomes around $74,000, mortgage payments on median-priced homes consume nearly half of take-home pay. Renters face the same squeeze, with median rents near $1,950. Foreclosures are soaring at 1 in every 1,600 homes, leaving once thriving neighborhoods dotted with abandoned houses, bank-owned signs, and half-built projects. Phoenix, once marketed as the unstoppable desert boomtown, is now ground zero for the top 10 Arizona cities' housing collapse and one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025. A stark symbol of America's unraveling housing bubble. Number 2. Tucson. With nearly 550,000 residents, Tucson looks strong on paper. But beneath the surface, the Arizona housing market crash 2025 is hitting hard. Once a hotspot for retirees, families, and investors, Tucson is now one of the top 10 Arizona cities' housing collapse stories. In 2022, the median Arizona home price surged past $365,000. By mid-2025, values had fallen to about $305,000, a steep 16% decline. Housing inventory has skyrocketed 52% year over year, with nearly half of all listings showing price cuts of $30,000 to $70,000 just to attract buyers. Insurance costs are crushing homeowners. Premiums that once averaged $2,500 now top $6,000 to $8,000 annually, often rivaling mortgage payments. Add in property taxes around $2,900, and families are stretched to the breaking point. Foreclosures are rising fast, with 1 in every 1,900 homes in default, well above the state average. Affordability has collapsed. Average household incomes hover near $54,000, yet mortgage payments consume more than 40% of take-home pay. Renters find little relief as median rents climb to $1,600. Drive through Tucson's sprawling suburbs, and the crisis is visible. Half-finished subdivisions, vacant homes, and entire neighborhoods emptying out. Investors are pulling back, residents are leaving, and Tucson is rapidly transforming into one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025. A ghost town in the making within the broader American housing market. Number 3. Surprise. Surprise, Arizona, once a booming suburb of the Phoenix metro and one of the nation's fastest-growing cities, is now a prime example of the Arizona housing market crash 2025. With 150,000 residents, the city once symbolized affordable suburban living. Today, it stands among the top 10 Arizona cities' housing collapse stories. Back in 2022, the average Arizona home price in Surprise hovered near $420,000. By 2025, that figure has plunged to just $345,000, an 18% drop in under 3 years. Nearly 55% of sellers are slashing their listings, some by $50,000 or more, as the market stalls. The overbuilding frenzy that fueled Surprise's rapid rise has left entire subdivisions half empty, their lawns overrun with weeds and for sale signs. Inventory is up 49% year over year, while homes now linger on the market for more than 70 days, double the wait just 2 years ago. Annual homeowners insurance premiums have soared past $7,200 compared to only $3,200 in 2020, while property taxes averaging $2,800 add to household strain. With incomes around $62,000, many residents are house poor, devoting more than a third of earnings to mortgages. Foreclosures are rising, 1 in every 2,100 homes, dragging down values even further. Once seen as a family-friendly paradise, Surprise has transformed into one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona, 2025, a desert mirage in the collapsing American housing market. Number 4. Flagstaff. Flagstaff, once celebrated as Arizona's mountain jewel, is now facing one of the most dramatic downturns of the Arizona housing market crash 2025. In 2022, the median Arizona home price soared above $650,000, driven by remote workers and out-of-state buyers chasing cooler mountain living. By mid-2025, the bubble has burst, with prices dropping to $535,000, a steep 17% decline that has gutted equity across northern Arizona. For a city of just 77,000 residents, the affordability crisis is devastating. With household incomes averaging $63,000, mortgage payments on a modest Flagstaff home now exceed $3,200 per month, over half of take-home pay. Insurance costs have exploded as wildfire risk zones expanded. Policies, once averaging $2,900, now surpass $7,500 annually, in some cases costing more than the mortgage itself. Property taxes near $3,200 only worsen the burden. Inventory has jumped 49% year over year, while homes sit unsold for 95+ days. Over 52% of listings have price cuts, often $70,000 to $100,000, leaving sellers bleeding equity. Foreclosures are climbing, with 1 in every 1,850 homes in default. Even the rental market offers no refuge. Median rent has surged to $2,000, forcing families and retirees to leave in droves. Flagstaff, once the crown jewel of mountain living, now ranks among the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025, a fading community trapped in the broader American housing market downturn. Number 5. Casa Grande. Casa Grande, once hyped as Arizona's booming commuter hub between Phoenix and Tucson, is collapsing under the Arizona housing market crash 2025. In 2021, the median Arizona home price peaked near $340,000 as buyers rushed in for new construction and cheaper options compared to Phoenix. By 2025, prices have fallen to $270,000, a staggering 21% drop that has erased tens of thousands in homeowner equity. Overbuilding is at the core of the crisis. Housing inventory has surged 54% year over year, leaving entire subdivisions of brand new homes sitting vacant. Builders are cutting $40,000 to $80,000 per property, yet homes still linger unsold for more than 100 days. More than half of listings now show major price reductions, and desperate sellers are offering furniture, closing costs, or even cash incentives just to attract buyers. Affordability has collapsed. Annual homeowners insurance, once averaging $2,400, now exceeds $6,800, while property taxes near $2,700. With household incomes stuck around $58,000, mortgage payments devour nearly 45% of monthly earnings. Families are strained, retirees are leaving, and investors are fleeing at fire sale prices. Foreclosures have surged to 1 in every 1,500 homes, among the highest in Arizona. Once promising subdivisions now sit half-empty, with abandoned projects dotting the desert. The much-anticipated electric vehicle factory boom failed to deliver stability, leaving Casa Grande as one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025, a hollow reminder of America's bursting housing bubble. Number 6. Prescott Valley. Prescott Valley, a mountain town of nearly 49,000 residents, was once promoted as Arizona's affordable retirement haven. During the pandemic boom, homes averaged $380,000 in 2021, drawing retirees and investors alike. But by 2025, the median Arizona home price has plunged to $312,000, a brutal 17% decline tied to the Arizona housing market crash 2025 and the broader American housing market slowdown. Housing inventory has surged 46% year over year, with nearly half of all listings showing steep reductions. Builders, who overproduced during the frenzy, are now sitting on unsold homes, slashing prices by $40,000 to $60,000, but still struggling to lure buyers. Average time on market has ballooned past 80 days compared to bidding wars just 2 years ago. Soaring costs are suffocating homeowners. Insurance premiums, once around $2,800, now exceed $6,500 annually due to expanded wildfire risk zones. Add property taxes of $2,500, and affordability collapses, especially for retirees on fixed incomes. Many are cashing out at losses and leaving the region. Foreclosure filings have climbed to 1 in every 1,700 homes, while unsold lots and for sale signs dominate entire neighborhoods. With average household income under $60,000, families can't meet inflated mortgage costs, retirees can't absorb rising bills, and investors are pulling out. Prescott Valley, once a mountain escape, now ranks among the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025, a fading community shaped by the bursting housing bubble. Number 7. Bullhead City. Bullhead City, a community of 41,000 along the Colorado River, once promoted itself as Arizona's riverfront paradise. In 2021, the median Arizona home price peaked near $310,000. By 2025, values have collapsed to $252,000, a staggering 19% decline, making Bullhead one of the top 10 Arizona cities housing collapse stories of the year. Oversupply is drowning the market. Active listings are up 53% year over year, and more than half show steep cuts of $35,000 to $60,000. Homes now linger for more than 100 days, a shocking reversal from the pandemic bidding wars when Riverviews sparked instant offers. Rising costs make matters worse. Homeowners' insurance premiums have surged past $7,400 annually, while property taxes around $2,600 add more strain. With household incomes averaging just $50,000, affordability has collapsed. Mortgage payments on even modest homes eat up more than 40% of take-home pay, pushing families to sell in desperation. Foreclosures are climbing at 1 in every 1,600 homes, among the highest in the state. Once vibrant riverside neighborhoods now sit quiet, dotted with bank-owned properties and abandoned rentals. Investors are gone, retirees are selling at losses, and the community's second home dream is fading fast. Bullhead City, once a river playground, has become one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025. A cautionary tale in the unraveling Arizona housing market crash 2025 and the broader American housing market downturn. Number 8. Sierra Vista. Sierra Vista, a southern Arizona city of 44,000 residents, is unraveling under the weight of the Arizona housing market crash 2025. Once considered an affordable haven, its housing market is now one of the top 10 Arizona cities' housing collapse examples. In 2022, the average Arizona home price hovered near $280,000. By mid-2025, values cratered to just $226,000, a 19% drop that has erased equity for thousands of homeowners. Housing inventory has surged 48% year over year, while 51% of listings now carry major price cuts of $40,000 to $70,000. Homes linger on the market for 90-plus days, compared to frenzied sales just a few years ago. Affordability has collapsed. With household incomes around $56,000, families face annual homeowners insurance premiums exceeding $6,800 and property taxes near $2,400. Mortgage payments on modest homes now consume 45% of take-home pay, forcing many to abandon ownership altogether. Foreclosures are climbing, with 1 in every 1,700 homes in default. Once stable military neighborhoods near Fort Huachuca are now dotted with foreclosure notices, while investors dump properties at steep losses. Even renters find no relief. Median rents above $1,450 are unaffordable for many. Sierra Vista, once marketed as a southern Arizona gem, is becoming one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025. With weak job growth, rising costs, and a collapsing housing bubble, this community is slipping toward ghost town status. Number 9. Kingman. Kingman, a city of about 33,000 in northwest Arizona, was once considered a bargain for families and retirees. Just 3 years ago, homes sold near $250,000. But the Arizona housing market crash 2025 has erased that advantage. By mid-2025, the median Arizona home price in Kingman has tumbled to $205,000, an 18% drop in under 2 years, making it one of the top 10 Arizona cities' housing collapse stories. Inventory has surged nearly 45% year over year, leaving new subdivisions filled with unsold homes. More than 48% of active listings now show deep cuts of $25,000 to $50,000. Some sellers are so desperate they're offering free cars, furniture, or HOA fee coverage just to move properties. Yet homes still linger on the market for over 95 days, compared to just a week during the pandemic boom. Rising costs add to the squeeze. Homeowners insurance has doubled since 2021, now topping $6,000 annually due to wildfire and storm risk. Property taxes average $2,200, and with household incomes around $54,000, many families are devoting more than a third of paychecks to mortgages alone. Foreclosures have surged to 1 in every 1,850 homes. Boarded-up houses and weed-filled driveways are becoming common sights, clear signs of abandonment. Investors who once saw Kingman as a commuter hub between Las Vegas and Phoenix are pulling out fast. Once a budget-friendly escape, Kingman is now one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025. Another casualty of America's bursting housing bubble. Number 10. Nogales. Nogales, a small Arizona border city of just under 20,000 residents, is facing one of the harshest housing reversals in 2025. Once considered a hidden gem for retirees and investors chasing affordable homes, the city is now a case study in the Arizona housing market crash 2025. Just 2 years ago, Arizona home prices in Nogales averaged around $220,000. Today, the median has collapsed below $170,000, a 23% drop in under 24 months. This decline reflects the broader Arizona real estate bubble burst 2025, fueled by surging insurance premiums, mortgage rates locked near 7%, and buyers fleeing rising crime and stagnant wages. Affordability is nearly impossible. With household incomes averaging only $36,000, property taxes near $2,400, and double-digit utility hikes, residents are squeezed from every angle. Housing inventory has surged 41% year over year, and nearly half of listings have slashed prices by $20,000 to $40,000. Foreclosures are climbing too, with 1 in every 1,600 homes facing filings, double Arizona's statewide average. Entire blocks now sit dotted with "for sale" and bank-owned signs, pushing vacancy rates past 15%, the highest in over a decade. Once marketed as a budget-friendly entry point, Nogales has shifted into one of the worst places to buy a home in Arizona 2025. A cautionary tale in the unraveling American housing market. Arizona's once booming real estate dream is unraveling city by city. From small desert communities to the sprawling Phoenix metro, the Arizona housing market crash 2025 is reshaping lives, wiping out equity, and leaving entire neighborhoods in limbo. What was once marketed as affordable paradise is now a cautionary tale in the broader American housing market downturn. Do you think this crash is limited to Arizona, or is it just the beginning of a nationwide housing bubble burst? Could your city be next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our daily housing market updates. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, with another deep dive into America's changing housing landscape.